We got banded in, Jared Bartlett. Questions for Jared?
So, Jared, first day in full pads, full go. I mean, camp so far, what do you guys need to do now that actual contact has started?
You got to keep tackling.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple as that. It's a basic fundamental. It's just basic of football. Got to be good at that to win games.
Neil said the other day that's an emphasis because you didn't feel you guys were very good at that early last year. Maybe it was didn't tackle enough in preseason. Are you doing more of it now? And do you think as a team you're improving there?
Absolutely. We've tackled. We've drilled tackling as far as like footwork, fitting up and stuff like that throughout all the summer. We've emphasized that throughout this past couple of days of fall camp. So I think we've definitely been improving so far. As camp continues to go on, we'll keep getting better at that.
They were talking about being more physical this year. Do the rules allow you to be physical?
Yes.
You still feel you can be all out?
I mean, you have rules protecting quarterbacks and stuff like that and things of that sort, but defense is defense. At the end of the day, you got to be aggressive. If you try to play on your toes, play on your heels, you probably won't make as many plays. You won't look as good. It looks kind of soft, but you got to be aggressive to make plays. That's just what defense is.
How have you changed?
How have I changed?
Yeah, as a player. I mean, not even just from when you got here, but in the last year, what have you emphasized on yourself?
Well, during the spring, I really focused on my fundamentals, taking on blocks, getting around blocks, things of that sort, working on my hands. So far in this fall camp period, I've really been emphasizing getting better at tackling. Although my fundamentals are still like improving and things of that sort, but tackling is just an emphasis in general, like even with myself.
What was the performance of the defense during today's practice, you think?
I think we had a solid day. I really think that. It was obviously the first day of tackling, so with that comes, little tiny errors and stuff like that, but we'll tackle them tomorrow, so I expect improvement.
Defense, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Thanks. We talk a lot about the defense looking to create more turnovers this year. That was even discussed at the end of last year, and a lot of the emphasis goes to the secondary. But is that in your mindset as well, and does that play into your practices in terms of trying to maybe go at the ball instead of just make the tackle? Is that at all part of it?
Absolutely. Turnover is that's like the golden standard for defense. You got to get the ball back to the offense, no matter what the situation, no matter what the time of game, no matter whatever circumstance you're in. We've really been emphasizing, especially on pass rush, getting the ball. Obviously, you can't hit the quarterback, but just working, getting the ball at the quarterback's hands, and in the passing game, our DBs picking balls off and stuff like that. Our coverages, coverage structures, things of that sort, all emphasize on getting turnovers.
To that point, who have been the ball hawks on this defense?
Aubrey Burks. By far, Aubrey Burks. That's our guy.
What's he doing that's different than last year?
Picking the ball off.
Well, I understand that, but you got to be in the right places to do that.
Say it again?
I said that's true, but you got to be in the right places to do it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm the best person to ask about that. I'm not a defensive back. That's probably better for our corners or safeties or stuff like that. But he usually is in the right spot based on our coverage. I think he can read the quarterback's eyes and their sets a little better from what I've seen.
Defense overall, how are you guys different than last year?
Aggression. I think we're much more aggressive. And that's all I got to say.
What do you think about a couple of new bandits, James and Terry Bradley?
They're coming along. They both have good speed, good hands, good natural feel. Like those guys.
How different is that position than a typical linebacker or a typical D end? I mean, it's a combination of everything, I guess. So, explain what the bandit requires.
Well, you have to be able to drop in coverage. You have to be able to rush. You have to be able to see formations, fit. Really, to mix up a pass rusher, a DN, and a linebacker.
The huddle breaks, so they line up however they want to do it. What goes through your mind before the ball is snapped? What points are you looking at?
It depends on my assignment, of course. Obviously, I have multiple jobs in this defense, but I'd say when I'm most focused, probably not that I'm not focused, but when I'm most focused on like my assignment will be when I'm dropping. I got to see where my keys are. When I'm pass rushing, I'm keying the ball. I'm keying my lineman, the one I'm rushing, and I'm keying the quarterback.
How much is it to think about? I mean, you've only got a few seconds sometimes, but how much runs through your mind?
I try not to think. I just try to react.
From us in the media, we pay a lot of attention to the conference expansion stuff that's happened, and it's obviously been in the news a lot. As players, do you guys look at that? Do you think, well, if I'm around next year, I may be going to Arizona? Or do you guys pay any attention, or does it not matter to you?
I'd say, well, you can only look so far into the future. You know, you have your opponents for the season. I think it's pretty cool to have new opponents in the conference, being able to go to different places, play different teams. I think that's really exciting. UCF going to Orlando this year, I think that's going to be great, especially a guy that's from Florida. I think it's exciting to play down there. We were supposed to play Florida State there, I think, in 2020, but we didn't get the opportunity because of COVID, but I think it'd be cool to play down there.
You know any guys at UCF?
I think one of my high school teammates plays tackle for UCF, Cameron Kenny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will that be your first college game in Florida?
It will be.
State?
Yes.
I mean, you have to be looking forward to that. Right?
Yeah.
How special is that going to be for you? I assume you'll get your family and a lot of people there.
That's why I'm so excited. It'd be nice to have a lot of my family who's probably haven't been able to make it up to a lot of games, be able to go to that, see me play. That'd be exciting.
So you consider, because you went to high school in Georgia, so you consider yourself more Florida than Georgia? If you have to tell somebody where you're from, where do you say?
I have this conversation with the guys in the locker room all the time. I've probably lived in Georgia now longer than I've lived in Florida, so by rule, I'm a Georgia guy. But I still have my Florida roots.
Anything else? Is there a difference between high school football in Georgia versus Florida? Do you know?
I don't want to get all political per se, but Georgia football is definitely, because from a guy that's played football in Georgia, I think Georgia football is different, just more physical. Like, you got fast guys, you got strong guys in Florida. I'm not saying that, but yeah, Georgia over Florida. Don't put that in the articles though.
A lot of good players in both states.
Yeah, for sure. You can go either way.
What would your brother Steven say in that? Because he played high school football in Florida, right?
He played in Georgia, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
For some reason I
So he'd
thought
probably
you-
say Georgia too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Jared, thank you.
No problem.